Welcome students. Welcome to the lecture number 8 of MySQL revision 2. So let's begin. In this lecture we are going to start with some aggregate functions. Okay. Now first of all, what is basically a function? Actually functions are basically some predefined code that is already present in the MySQL. Okay. So function is basically a code which is already present in MySQL, and whenever we require that code in our program or in our SQL, then we simply call the function by writing its name. Okay, so there are some functions like sum. So sum function is basically used to find the sum of all the values given to it. Similarly, AVG is basically to find the average of all the values given to it. Max and min to find the maximum and minimum value. Similarly, we have two more options. One is count star and another one is the count, and within the brackets we write the field name. Okay. So let us do all these aggregate functions one by one. Okay, so as I told you that functions are basically some predefined code present in the software, and in order to use that code we simply call that function by writing its name. Okay, so these are the names of some aggregate functions. So let us see how we can use this aggregate function. Suppose we have to find the sum of salary of all the employees. Okay, let's do one thing. First of all, I open the SQL for you. Now, yes, so I will write the password, that is Shadley. Press enter. Now first I will have to activate the database. Now I know that in that database we have a table named as employee. So if we want to view the record of all the employees, then we will simply write select star from employee. Okay, now you can see the record of all the employees. Now in this question the requirement is that we have to find the sum of salaries of all employees. Means whatever be the salary of all employees, I have to find the sum of total of all this salary. Okay, so how I can write it? Like select. Now what I want to display? I want to display the total salary of all the employees, and we know that to find the total in MySQL we have a predefined function named as sum. So what we will do, we write sum, and we have to find sum of which thing? We have to find the sum of salary. Okay, so what we will do, we will write the name of that field within the brackets. So select sum salary from employee. Okay, so now you can see that in this case I am using a aggregate function, an aggregate function that is sum, and by using this sum function I am finding the total amount of all the salaries. So when I press enter, you can see that I am getting the total of all the salaries, right? So it is around 1,29,500. So this is the answer of the first question, that displays sum of salary of all the employees. So the answer is select sum, within the bracket we write the name of the field, that is salary, and then from employee. Okay, now let's see what is the next question for us. Display maximum and minimum salary of all employees. So we know that we have these records with us. Out of these records we have to find the maximum and minimum salary of all the employees. Okay, we have to find the maximum and minimum salary of all the employees. So what we will write? Select, because we want to display something, so we have to use select command. Now after using the select command, what we have to find? We have to find the maximum and minimum salary, and we know that there are two aggregate functions for it. One is the max, and this max function is basically used to find the maximum value out of the given values. Okay, so either I simply supply some values to it, or what I can do, I simply write the name of the field. Suppose I have written the name of the field as salary. So it takes all the values present in the salary field and find the maximum value out of those values. Okay. So comma, then min, within bracket we simply write salary, and then from the table name, that is employee. Okay. So now you can see that by using this max and min function, I can find out the maximum and minimum salary from the table employee. So now you can see that the maximum salary is basically 35,200 and the minimum salary is 7,600, right? So in this way we can find the maximum and minimum value. Now what will be the next question for us? The next one is display total number of sales department employee. Okay. So let's see how we can write the answer of this question. It is given to find the total number of sales department employee. So it means I have to count the total number of employees. Okay, because up for that we have a function named as count. Okay. In count function, I have shown you two things. First is written like count, and within the bracket we put star, and the other one is count, within the bracket we put field name. Okay. So what is the difference between these two? The difference is that this function, it counts the number of records, satisfying the given condition. Okay. So this is, it counts the number of records satisfying the given condition. So you have to give a particular condition if it is required. Okay. Then what this function will do, it counts all the number of records which satisfies the given condition. Okay. And what is this count field? What it counts the number of non-empty cells of the given field. Okay. Or we can say that not nulls. We can say that not null values. Okay. So count star, it basically counts the total number of records, whereas count field, this function focus only on the field which is given by the user. Okay, we have to write a particular field name, then the count function will not look at the entire record. No, it will look only the particular field, and what it will do, it will counts all the not null values present in that field. Null means empty, we are not assigning any value. So what it will do, suppose we have given a particular field name, then it counts all the cells present in that field which contains some value. If the field is empty, then it will not count it. Or you can say that if the field is null, then it will not count that particular field. We will also look some example for it. Now the first question right now which we have to do is, it is written that you have to find the total number of sales department employees. Okay. So select. Now we have to find the total number of employees. So count, and within the bracket we write stars because we have to count the total number of records from employee where department is equal to sales. Okay. So let's do one more thing, as total sales employees. Suppose we want to write this as a field name, so total sales employees. Okay, so once I press enter, now you can see that we are getting the record as 3. It means the total number of employees which belongs to the sales department are basically 3. So let us confirm it also. When you view above, you see that we have a command in which we display the details of all employees. Okay, so now when you look at this table, you can see that there are 3 records of the sales. One is this, second one is this, and third one is this. So what it will do, it basically counts the total number of employees which belongs to the sales department. Okay, so select count star. Count star is basically used to count the number of records from the table employee where the department is sales. So it basically counts the total number of records from the employee table where department is basically equivalent to sales. Okay, now let's see what is the next question with us. Display total number of employees of sample table who got bonus. Now actually I have created one more table for it, and the name of that table is basically sample. So let me first show you the record of that table. So this is the select star from sample. So in the sample table I have created 3 fields: ID number, salary, and bonus. And then I have put some ID number in this, salary in this, and then bonus in this. Now you can see that the second person in the bonus field I have written null. Null means it is not getting any bonus because he didn't achieve his target, so that's why he is not getting any bonus from the company. But whereas the rest 2 employees, they have achieved their targets, so they are getting some bonus from the company. Okay, so we will basically use this table for getting the answer of these 2 queries. Okay, so let's see what is the basic query with us. Now in the question it is written that display total number of employees. Again we have to find the total number of employees, okay, of sample table who got bonus. Now over here we have a option named as bonus. Okay, so what we can do, we have 2 ways to do this question. The first one is that we write select count star from employee where now what we want, who got bonus. Okay, we want to show the record of those employees who got bonus. So it means the bonus value of that employee is not null, because the person who is getting bonus have some value, but the person who is not getting bonus, in his field it is written null. So where bonus is not null. Okay, so we have to write like this, where bonus is not null. Sorry, unknown column bonus in, actually what is the problem over here, I have written the table name as employee. Basically the table name is sample na? So this is the basic mistake which is done by me. So what I will do, I will simply change the name of this table sample. Okay, so by mistake I have written the name of the table as employee, that's why I am getting the wrong result. So now what I have written, select count star from sample where bonus is not null. Okay, so what is the function performed by this query? First of all, it finds all those records where bonus is not null. So after finding all the records, he finds two tables where bonus value is not null. So once it gets the two table, then count star counts those field, those number of records, and give you answer as 2. You know, we can also do this question by one more way. As I told you that in the count you can also write the field name. Okay, you have seen that I have written that in the count you can also write the field name. So what it will do, it will count all the not null values present in that field. Okay, so suppose if I written like this, select count, I want to count the number of employees who got the bonus. So I will write simply the name of that field. So when I write select and within the brackets I have written bonus, so what this function will do? This function will simply look at the field bonus only. It will not look at the entire record, it will concentrate only on the bonus field and count the number of entries in that field which is not null. So from sample, because the name of the table is sample. So once I press enter, you can see that I am getting the answer as 2. So over here, you can see that we are getting the answer as in both the cases. Okay, but what's the basic difference is that if we have written count star, then we have to give the condition also. Okay, and we know that the condition is basically not null. So in spite of writing this, we can also do it in this way, because if we specify the field name, then it will count only the not null values present in that field. Okay, now let's move to the next question. Display average salary of all sample table employees. So what is the requirement in this question? We want to find the average salary of all sample table employees. Now first let's have a look on this table. Suppose if I write like select star from sample. Okay, so you can see that we saw the record of 3 employees. Okay, now over here they have written average salary of all sample table employees. Let's change this question. It is not average salary of all sample table employees, it is the average bonus of all sample table employees. Okay, just correct this question. In this question we have to find the not the average salary. Okay, you have to just don't write this salary, write the value average bonus. Okay, bonus value of all the employees. Okay, so in spite of writing the salary, you just write bonus over here. Okay, now we have to find the average bonus of all the employees. So simple is that select bonus, for average we have a function, aggregate function name as AVG. Then within the brackets I will simply write the name of the field, that is bonus. So that's why it take all the values present in that field, that is bonus, and then it perform the average calculation over it. Okay, you know the average is sum of the terms divided by number of terms. So what will it do? It will fetch all the values present in the bonus field and then find the total of them and then divide by the total number of terms present in the bonus field. So from the name of the table is sample. Okay, now once I press enter, I get the answer as 850. Okay, so let's see one thing, that in this case I am getting the answer as 850. Okay, so you know that the average is basically sum of terms divided by number of terms. All right, now one more important thing that you have to remember is that in any of the aggregate function, that function does not include null values in any calculation. Okay, as I told you that in this case we have written bonus, we have given bonus field to the average function. Okay, in bonus field we have three values with us. One is 800, then second one is null, and third one is 900. Out of these two values, the AVG function simply ignores the null values because it doesn't consider null values in its calculation. And what it will do, it will find the average of 800 and 900. It will not include the null function. Let me see that after calculating it, it is giving me the result as 850. Let me see that whether the average of 800 and 900 is 850 or not. I can simply check it from here also. Select, and suppose 800 plus 900, this is the sum of terms, divide by number of terms, that is 2, and when I press enter you can see that I am getting the result as 850. But if I, in spite of adding these two, if I have written as 3, then we are getting the result as 566. But right now we are not getting the result as 566, we are getting the result as 850. So what does it mean? It means that the system is not including null values in any kind of calculation. Okay, it is not including null values in the sum, and it is not including null values in the total number of terms also. Okay, so I hope it is clear to you that average function will not include the null value in the calculation. Okay, so let's see the next topic. The next is basically group by clause. Now this group by clause is a very important topic of SQL. Okay, so let's see how this topic is very important to us. Suppose we have a table named as employee, okay, which contains all these records. Okay, now if I have seen in the various questions that what we will do, we will simply apply the query on the given table, and by applying query on this given table, what we will get the result. Okay, once we apply query on this table, we will get the result. So what we have to do, we have to write a query or select command, then we simply get the result from this table directly. Okay, so what we have seen till now, that the table is there, we simply write a query on that table, and this query will give us a result which is required by us. Okay, so let's see one thing. Suppose if I have written like this command, that select count star from employee by department is equal to sales, and when this command is applied on this above table, so what will happen? First it will find the number of records where department is sales. So once it's finding it, select this record. After that it select this record, and then it select this record. Why these three records? Because in these three records the value of department is sales. Okay, so once it's acquired these three records, then what will it do? It will do the count star code. So we know that the count star is basically 3. So once this query is applied on this table, we get the result as 3. Okay, we have written this query, select count star from employee where department equal to sales, then we get the result as 3. So till now we have studied about this pattern. Okay, now what this group by clause will provide us. Now suppose we have this table with us, and we have to find the answer of this question, that display number of employees of each department. We have to count the number of employees. We have to count the number of employees of each department. It means we have to count the number of employees of the sales department, accounts department, finance department. We have to count the number of employees in each and every department. So how I can do that? Okay, if someone asks me count the number of employees of sales department, then obviously I will write the query which is given to me in the previous slide, that select count star from employee where department is equal to sales. but over here it is not asking me the number of employees in a particular department. No, the question wants that I want to find the number of employees in each and every department individually. So how I can do that? So for finding this, the steps are that first I have to apply this group by clause. So if I have written like group by department, then what will happen? The system will internally make groups from this table. The system will internally make groups from this table on the basis of department. So what it will do, as I have written group by department, so first it internally makes a group which contains all the sales department employees, record of all the sales department employees. Then it again create a group which contains all the account department employees record, and finally it find the group which contains all the finance department employee record. So what happened with this group by clause, which we have written group by and we have given the name as field department. So on the basis of department, the group by clause internally make groups among the records present in this table, and in those groups what it will do, it will distribute the records on the basis of department. So in the first group all the sales department records are included, in the second group all the accounts department records are included, and in the third group all the finance department records are included. And once all these records are included, then what will happen? Then system will consider all these groups. Then system will consider all these groups one by one for finding the result. Okay, so let us do this question that we want to find the number of employees of each department. Okay, so now I have written select, right? Then we have to find the number of employees. So simply I write count star, then from the table name is employee. Now after that what we have to do, I have to use group by clause. So I will write group by, and the name of the field is department. Okay, so what this query will perform, first you can see that what will be the function performed by this query. System will first look on this option, that is group by department. Okay, and once the system look on this clause, it will internally divide the table into three groups. Okay, because there are three departments only now, so that's why on the basis of department it divides the internally the record of the table in the different groups on the basis of department. Once these groups are created, then what will it do? Then it will apply this option, so that is count star. Okay, so in the first group there are three records, in the second group there are two records, and in the third group there are two records. Okay, so let us see what will happen. So now when we press enter, so you can see that we are getting the answer like this. Okay, we have written this query, select count star from employee group by department. So over here we are getting the record as 223. Now the basic problem is that we are getting the record as 223. Now it is very difficult to understand which department has 2 employees, which department has 3 employees. It is very difficult to understand. So remember one thing very carefully, whenever you are using the group by command, okay, you are writing the group by department. So whatever field you use for making the groups, just do one more thing, and that is select, write the name of that field also which you are including in the group by clause. Department from employee group by department. Okay, so why I have written the name of the field department over here? Because in the question it is not asking me to write the name of the field department, but why I have written like this? Because if you write the name of the field on whose basis you created the groups, then what will be the result? Let's see the result first. So now in this result, you see that it is given that account 2, finance 2, sales 3. So obviously this is my logical answer, okay, because you can see that in the above query we haven't written this department field in the select option, but that's why we are getting this result. But this result is not logical because we can't identify that which department contains 2 employees and which department contains 3 employees. But when we write the query like this, in this we get the clear identification that the accounts and finance department has 2 employees, whereas the sales department has 3 employees. So this result is more appropriate than the above one. So remember one thing, whenever you write the group by clause, whatever will be the name of the field, you have to specify that field in the select option also. I hope it is clear to you, right? So this is basically the group by clause. So let's see some questions based on the group by clause. Okay, and we perform all these questions one by one. So the first question is given, display the maximum and minimum salary in each department individually. Okay, so it means we have to find the highest and lowest salary in the sales, finance and accounts, all those departments. So what I will do, select. Okay, now you have given over here each department. Okay, it is given each department. So obviously we have to make group on the basis of department. So as I told you earlier that you have to put the field name as department, comma, then max salary, comma, min salary from employee group by department. Okay, so what it will do, it will initially find the groups of all the departments. Okay, it first create the department wise groups. Once all the groups are created, then it will fetch these information from all the groups. First it will find the name of the department and then find the maximum salary in that group and the minimum salary in that group, and then it will show the answer to the user. So now you can see that we get the answer as, first we are getting the name of the fields, that is account, finance department, and in each department what is the maximum and minimum salary, we are also getting the result. Okay, so this is the answer of this first question. So let's move on to the second question. Now the second question is that display number of employees in every designation. Designation basically the post. Okay, so we want the number of employees in each post. That it means we want to see that how many managers are there, how many officers are there, and how many clerks are there. So what we will do, select. Now in this case we have to find number of employees in every department, every designation. So it means we have to make group on the basis of designation, and for designation we have a field post in our table. So what we will write, we write post, comma, count star from employee, then group by post. So what this query will do, first it will make groups on the basis of post. So the group is created. Once the group is created, then from each groups it retrieve this information, first the name of the post and the second the total number of records in that group. Okay, so now you can see that what is the result we are getting, that clerk, there are 2 clerks, 2 managers and 3 officers in our table, right? Let's see the next question. So the next question is display maximum and minimum salary of sales department employee of each post. So now we have to concentrate only the sales department employee. Okay, but from the sales department employees, what we have to do, from the sales department we have, from employees records, we have to make groups on the basis of post, because over here it is written each post. Okay, so we have to consider only the sales department employees, but out of the sales department employees we have to make groups according to the post. Means we have to find the maximum and minimum salary of all sales department officers, all sales department clerks, all sales departments managers, right? So let's do this question also. Select. Now we have to return over here it is written each post, so obviously we have to make group as per the post. That's why we have written post comma then first one is the max, so max salary comma min salary from employee. So you know that we have to consider only the sales department employees. So where department is equal to sales. Okay, so what this query will do, it will fetch the records of only the sales department employee, and once the records of all sales department employee is taken, then it will make the groups on the basis of post. So group by post. So now you can see that this is my query. As it is written that you have to find as per the each post of the sales department. So what it will do, once this query is executed, first it will find the records from the table employee where department is equal to sales. Okay, the first thing that is done by this query is that first it will fetch all the records present in the table of all those employees who works in sales department. Okay, first the records of all sales department employees is fetched. Once the record of all the sales department employee is taken, then what will happen? Then it make groups from that sales department employees record on the basis of post. Okay, then it will segregate that among the sales department employees how many are officers, how many are managers, and how many are clerks. Once it created all the groups, from each group it finds the post name, maximum salary in that group, and the minimum salary in that group. Okay, so let us see the answer. So this is the answer, that in clerk these are the records of the sales department employees only. Okay, so out of the sales department employees, the clerk, there is only one clerk, that's why it is getting the salary as 7,600. Manager is, I think manager is also one, so that's why the same amount is shown in both the fields, and officer is also one, so that's why minimum and maximum salary is same. But suppose if there are more than one record in those posts, then obviously what will happen, it will find the maximum and minimum salary also. Okay, but right now there is only a single entry, that's why it taken that entry in the maximum and minimum also. And the last question is that display the sum and average salary of all officers in each department individually. Now what we have to find, we have to find the sum and total salary, average salary, and what it is written of all officers in each department. So we want that in sales department, we want the total and the average salary of all officers. In finance department, we want the total and average salary of all officers. So how we can write it? Select. We have to find, one more thing over here, by looking at this command you can understand that we have to create groups on the basis of department. Okay, so what we will write, department comma sum of salary, sum of salary salary comma AVG, average salary from employee. Okay, where over here we want to find the salary of all officers, so where post is equal to officer, and then group by department. Okay, so what this query will perform, first of all this query fetch all the records where the post is officer. Once all the record where the post is officer is taken, then out of those records it will make groups on the basis of departments. Okay, so all the sales department officers records is taken in one group, all the finance department officer record is taken in one group, and all the accounts department officer record taken in another group. Once all these groups are created, then it will find the name of the department, total salary in that group, and the average salary in that group. Okay, so let us see. So over here we get the answer as department name is these, sum of salaries and the average of salaries are these. Why? You can see that why it is same, because there is only one employee in that department, that's why we are getting this kind of result. But suppose if we have multiple employees, multiple officers in accounts department, then obviously this result will change. But right now in our table there is one employee, one officer in accounts, one officer in finance, and one officer in sales. That's why it is showing me the same answer, because you know that the average is sum of salary divided by number of salaries. So if the sum of salary is 16,200 and if we divide by the number of records, that is 1, so we get the answer as 16,200 only. So this is the answer. So this is the lecture for today. Okay, so just note it down each and every points, and try to do it yourself also, and please make your register properly, right? So thank you very much and have a nice day.